Shalom, Mishpaha, brothers and sisters in Messiah. Welcome to another episode of Messianic Perspectives. We're going to be continuing today through our counting of the Omer. I'm Pastor Bruce, your host. So let's turn in our Bibles to Psalm 119, verse 65 through 72. We're going to be reading about the letter Tet today. Verse 65, You have treated your servant well, Adonai, in keeping with your word. Teach me good judgment and knowledge, because I trust in your mitzvot. Because I was humbled, I used to go astray, but now I observe your word. You are good, and you do good. Teach me your laws. The arrogant are slandering me, but I will wholeheartedly keep your precepts. Their hearts are as thick as fat, but I take delight in your Torah. It is for my good that I have been humbled. It was so that I would learn your laws. The Torah you have spoken means more to me than a fortune of gold and silver. Verse 65 tells us our God is a covenant God. This means that our relationship with him is not just relational, but it's also contractual. In other words, the Lord says that if you will do this, then I will do that. This is such an awesome concept because if you think about it, you control much of the outcome concerning the situations in your life based solely upon your actions, your responses, and your decisions. I always say, you choose. Verse 66 goes on. The psalmist says, Teach me good judgment and knowledge, for I believe in your commandments. Good judgment and knowledge is not a class that you take at school, nor is it something a professor can impart to you. However, when we practice the mitzvot of God's Torah, these commands can only produce good judgment and knowledge in our lives. Verse 67, have you ever eaten humble pie? Did you learn anything from it? That's the big question, isn't it? Remember, those who exalt themselves will be humble, and those who humble themselves will be exalted. In verse 71, the psalmist reiterates the blessing in disguise of being humbled. It is for my good that I have been humbled. It was so that I would learn your laws. As we learn from the letter Tet, we must take every thought captive if we hope to win the spiritual battles that we find ourselves engaged in. When the Lord humbles us, we must learn from it because this humbling will bring wisdom to our lives. The best definition for the word wisdom that I know is applied knowledge. Good judgment and wisdom are rare commodities these days. And one of the big problems in today's society is that we gather knowledge upon knowledge, but forget to apply it, making it just fodder for pride. Remember, pride goes before destruction, and a haughty spirit before stumbling. So let's begin to apply the knowledge that we've gained, and then we can begin to live our lives based on good judgments and wisdom. So that's our reading for today. The Lord bless you and keep you. We'll see you next time.